Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Talks at Tenovia. We're joined today by Dharminder Khanna, who's the brand head for Lotto Sports in India, one of the flagship brands managed by SSIPL. Highly accomplished retail professional. He brings with him over about 20 plus years of experience in retail alone. He's over these 20 years, I know he's touched every aspect of the retail value chain and he's won many awards for it. So in the last 2-3 years, he's won the most influential e-commerce professional. He's won the top retail minds, also the retail icon of the year award. So welcome, Dharminder.
Thank you, Murli.
Let me start with this. What is your take on the lockdown? How is Lotto dealing with it? How do you see it for the retail industry?
Gearing up retail, I personally see April is written off now completely. On the retail side, we were never anticipating that April going to have any kind of a business. Besides that, also, we're not anticipating much of a business in May as well. I attended a webinar where B.S. Nagesh was also there. He is the founder of Shoppers Stop and now currently heads a format called Terrain for retail. April and May, most of the retailers are written off from their books. Considering even if we open up sometime in May, the hygiene, the social distancing, the protocols, which somehow are even after lockdown, will be a new normal. HVACs will have to be rebooted, sanitized almost every day. Your water tanks has to be sanitized, and then you start your retail again. My team is geared up because before the lockdown, we started using those hygiene of sanitizing the store, having the entire team wearing the safety gear while attending the customer, maintaining social distance. The cashless payments were encouraged. The invoice, rather than giving them the print, we have already built into a tool wherein you complete the invoice, give the phone number. The invoice is sent as an SMS link and you can see it in your inbox or as a text link and you can download from there. So we were already adapting that towards that, but it happened too quickly and we had to shut down. So there are protocols in place, but we also had to abide by the protocol of the city, of the mall, and then the store. May comes in. I personally feel, and I have spoken to a lot of retailers and retail associations, May customer stepping out in a crowded area is expected to be, very less. Customer is also not prepared to right now step out, considering that's such a long lockdown. So while we are already working and we are anticipating the May immediately after the lockdown, there's a lot of work we've already working on our omni-channel approach and then the e-commerce approach. We are present in all e-commerce marketplaces. We started on omni-channel on Amazon. We had a partner, GoFind. Through that, we were launched in Amazon, and with Paytm, they have an omni-channel solution. We integrated some stores there as well. But eventually, we saw there's a lot of bandwidth issues and technical issues. But this lockdown made us revive all those things. So while we speak and while we're on lockdown, my entire retail and e-com team is working very aggressively on making sure entire catalog is going live. In my entire inventory APIs and all those things which is required to make my store live on these e-commerce marketplaces on omnichannel is live, up and running with the maximum possible catalog. Before lockdown, we had some 300 products from Lotto portfolio, which were live on any other marketplaces. By the time we're open up, will be around 1,200 SKUs, which are products which will be live. So we're making sure there are, even if there was shot in some other, platform, there are technology tools we're using to make them ready for the other platforms as well. So those activities are underway. And the main focus post-lockdown will be e-commerce and omni-channel. Even if the store is not getting customer, the store manager is now getting trained to reach out to customers, showcase our catalog on WhatsApp, plus the e-commerce initiative, which we're already in. So we're in touch with our partners, Myntra, Flipkart, Amazon, almost every week on the progresses which we are making.
The landscape of Lotto. So you have about 46 stores, is what you're
That's right.
and this would be split half and half across the malls and the high street.
Ours would be 80% high street, and
Okay.
we're more on tier 2 and tier 3 cities.
Right.
When these restrictions started coming in from several cities, most of my other brand portfolio, the stores started getting closed. Lotto, most of the stores were continuing till even the last week, the 15th to 21st week. The stores were operating, but then eventually, as org, we took a call for the safety of our staff to start closing stores where there are reported number of COVID positive patients were coming in the news.
So in that sense, with maybe 80% of your stores not being in mall, you don't get too much of an impact because malls are going to get a very low footfall traffic per se, right?
Exactly. So as a brand, we're more to tier 3 or price sensitive brand for the tier 3 market, where I see till now, I don't know what happens in coming weeks, there's less reach of COVID scare or COVID positive patients. And even the customers are cool. I know people, some of my family lives in Punjab. They're cool. They step out, they do their small activity, come back. For them, it is just a holiday. What actually happens in tier 2 cities, the kind of scare which we have in metros, that may not be there, and we will maybe able to, you can't see because it's being spreading everywhere. The impact would be less in terms of the panic, and the revival of the business will be better for us as a brand.
So you were earlier talking about how I think you used this lockdown time to take a lot of initiatives around e-commerce and omnichannel to just ramp up your catalog on marketplaces. And I think we've spoken about this offline as well. So I know some of the initiatives you're doing, but just from a perspective of last year, from a FY, the last financial year to this financial year, how much of a jump would e-commerce, the channel, see for Lotto? I mean, I know it's hard to predict.
Yeah. So when we predicted or when we presented our first AOP, we had a projection of, I think, 50% jump from online sales, including omni-channel. Current scenario, it's tough, and I know when we open up, there'll be a lot of aggression, sales, and all. But right now, we're seeing a flat numbers if we achieve in e-commerce like to like from last year, plus around 20 to 25%. That'd be a great achievement for my team.
Okay, 20 to 25% over and above
year on year
e-commerce.
Yeah, year on year. Yeah.
Okay, and you would think that percentage of e-commerce to offline, the online to offline number will also, so offline, I mean, it's not that offline numbers will come down. Most probably, a lot of brands are thinking that this year, and e-commerce is going to be, the pressure is going to be on the e-commerce team to deliver higher.
Sure. Yeah, that's exactly. See, there's within the business plans also. There's a lot of simulations we are running right now. It's actually business simulations which we're running. If this happens, there will be this scenario. If this scenario happens, there will be. So I can't give you a statement or a correct or an absolute number, but e-commerce will have a lot of share to take. And then there is second is retail. We also used to do a lot of distribution and other channels, corporate and all, where the right now focus would be to have that control and focus on all the channels where there is immediate cash flows.
Got it.
Every business, every retailer right now, ideally, personally, I feel the focus should be on any business which gives me immediate cash. Retail and e-commerce give me the fastest cash possible in the industry.
And Lotto is also a brand which is, you do have a large MBO network or distributor network as well. Do you see, I mean, I know that players like Udaan and Find have been making some inroads on that over the past year, but as a concept, do you think that B2B e-com will play a bigger role in reaching a larger distributor base?
We've experimented in the last 4-5 months only, or probably 6 months, the B2B business. Ajio business has been a great start for us. And then we explored with Udaan, and recently we connected with Shoe Connect, which is now called Bijnish. Uh, and all these channels is where we see a lot of potential and growth. Growth from, because there's hardly any numbers right now, so there is potentially is huge growth, but they'll be taking a good amount of share from my traditional distribution, which will now eventually be more or less a online distribution only, DB2B.
Dharmender, you're a retail industry leader. Retailers around the country would be looking at you also. What would your words of advice be for them? I was talking to somebody else who's in the IT space. He was telling me that there is going to be a lot of entrepreneurs who are going to be born around this time. For these upcoming entrepreneurs and maybe for those who want to enter that retail e-commerce space, what would your words of advice be?
See, patience, perseverance, and empathy. These three things I will say. If entrepreneurs right now think of these things, three things, they will survive. This shall pass, as we say. And if they panic, I believe there are a lot of retailers who would open up and then panic and take some wrong decision, and firing some team members, taking tough decisions from the factories and other part. That would be stopgap arrangements probably to pass on the time. And I know they would be in such a scenario with limited amount of cash they will have to manage the rest of the year. So there may be tough calls by some businesses, but I still see is if three things are there in your business and you have patience and empathy and continue for the next 6 months, this time shall pass. 6 months is very challenging. And what I am doing and what I suggest to everyone in retail is keep talking to your team, keep collaborating with people in the industry. You're calling me, I'm calling the other people, and we're seeing how we collaborate in these tough times. And the team is saying we'll support if there is any cuts in the salary, we'll do that. And we'll revive, and I'm sure when the things are over, we'll get back to the same numbers in our packages, and probably we'll grow as well. But now team is coming together. If I am transparent, the team is coming together. So some teams are saying if we're focusing on Omni and e-commerce, and I never had planned it. So within my team, certain people have come and started contributing towards that. So probably rather than there's no scope of hiring in this year, but within the organization, rejig and probably making sure least number of people are impacted in the team per se. Keep talking to your teams. Be honest and transparent. They may not be experts, but they may come up with certain ideas which will be very helpful. Keep collaborating with people in industry and your partners. Be transparent to them as well. So that is what I will suggest right now.
One last question to you. I mean, other than e-commerce, we're also a big part of our business is also around creating digital brand presence for our customers. From digital budgets perspective, do you see this year that landscape changing? I mean, it was very heavily towards offline spends, right, on TV, print. Do you see a lot more of that shifting towards digital this year?
From last year itself, we've shifted entire or most of our budgets towards the digital medium. And I know how easily it is to get an ROI on a digital marketing spend or a digital medium spend than on the traditional medium spend. So we were shifting our focus. But this financial year, almost 80-85% of my spends on my marketing budgets will be in digital only, where I know the ROI can be mapped easily and a quick decision can be made on changing the promotion plan, all those things as per the budget and as per the revenue. I can keep tweaking my promotions on a daily basis or probably a weekly basis. So focus is more digital right now.
So thanks a lot, Dharmender, for your time. We wish you and everyone at Lotto India all the best to navigate to the next 6 months